that sugar is more addictive than cocaine and all the illicit.
You're telling me that that is human flesh?
But you look at Michael Jordan, like them is kind of like
they kind of look alike.
They kind of look alike. They kind of act the same way.
Low key.
So you never know, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Let's try.
This video is only hundreds of years old. We were so more advanced than what we think. History is a complete lie. They are covering up.
How did we go from that to driving cars? Yo, what's good? Welcome back to another TikTok compilation, guys. This is gonna be a good one right here. A good 30 to 40 minutes, I think. But definitely some good clips in here that you want to see. Let's try to get 100 likes in the first 50 minutes. Okay, of the video dropping. Let's try to get 100 likes. Alright. But the goal, I want to have at least 500 likes. Alright, nice. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video, man. Alright, let's see what's going on here, man.
There's a dark secret behind Michael Jordan's retirement that the NBA does not want you to know. After winning his third consecutive championship, MJ announced that he was leaving the league because he had simply lost interest in basketball. A few months before this announcement, Michael's father was randomly murdered while sleeping in his car at a rest stop, but many believe this killing was actually intentional and a message from the mafia. It's well known that Michael Jordan had a gambling addiction, but few know that he was millions of dollars in debt to the kind of people that you don't want to owe money to. And when news of this came out, the NBA was suspicious of Michael's gambling habits and launched an investigation to see if he was betting on professional basketball games. But all this came to a pause just a week after his retirement, and Michael was cleared of all accusations. Makes you wonder if there's more to this story than the NBA is letting on.
So I have a conspiracy on Jimmy Butler and how
MJ's dad.
You seen that?
Yo, when I was watching it, I'm like, I want to believe this.
Do you believe it though?
I don't. It's hard though.
Look, it's like Jimmy Butler was kicked out of his house when he was 13. So he's been jumping from house to house to house, and his father abandoned him at birth. Yeah. But supposedly Michael Jordan had an affair with a woman, and he abandoned that kid at birth because he didn't want a reputation to go down. He had a family. Right? Yeah. So like the only thing Michael Jordan was able to do was to give that lady money for 13 years. And I guess the mother said like the real reason why I kicked him out is because the payment stopped coming in. Look at Jimmy Butler, you look at Michael Jordan, like them is kind of like
they kind of look alike.
They kind of look alike. They kind of act the same way.
Low key.
So you never know, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I see like the picture of him side by side. I'm like, what the? He looked like a young Michael Jordan. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying.
Low key.
There's a location in the Western Sahara Desert of Mauritania called the Rishat Structure. It's also commonly referred to as the Eye of the Sahara. And what's so spectacular about this is that it just so happens to match what Plato had described as the lost ancient city of Atlantis. Plato had described Atlantis as made up of concentric circles, 3 of water, 2 of land, which matches the Rishat structure. It also is said to have an opening to the sea at the south, and if you look at it from satellite imagery, you can clearly see that water had ran through it. And what people don't realize is that Sahara Africa, up until about 4,500 to 5,000 years ago, was totally green. It was tropical. It had one of the largest networks of rivers ever known to exist. Or it was said to have mountains to the north, and you just so happen to have mountains called the Atlas mountain chain, but it goes further than that. It turns out that the Sahara Desert is one of the least studied places on Earth.
There's so much that points to that possibly being Atlantis.
Glitch in the Matrix.
Everybody sees me walking. I'm walking. Look.
Whoa.
This plane isn't moving. It's not moving.
That joint is stuck. That's crazy. What?
But it sounds like it's moving.
Yeah, it does.
Gary's conspiracy theories in the world that will seriously change your life. So this right here shows all the conspiracy theories from the most well-known ones that we all know to the darkest of the dark. This series we're going to be going from the most well-known ones to the darkest of the dark, which will probably keep you up all night. Having to do the research into all of these is probably going to disturb the hell out of me, but you know, I'm doing it for you guys, so make sure you hit that follow button. Part 1. Let's go. Today we're going to be talking about Area 51, but not how you think. Trust me, this is wild. This guy right here is Bob Lazar. Now, he used to work at Area 51. Now, Area 51 is, of course, one of the biggest conspiracy theories out there. What is it? Why can't we go near there? Is it just a military base? Bob claims he used to work there, reverse engineering alien craft. Now, this right here is his actual drawing of an alien craft. Yeah, crazy, right? This is where it gets mental. Absolutely mental. I think Area 51 is this place, right? According to Bob, this is not where all the crazy stuff happened. It's actually down the road here, in a place called Area S4. Area S4 is located up in the mountains, completely top secret, and nobody knows really what it is until Bob came out about it. Bob claims he would be taken to Area S4, which is an underground facility where he would work on the alien craft. Put the coordinates into Google and look at this place, it's just crazy. The road which leads straight up to it, the road ends right there, and then there's just like holes in the ground. So there is definitely something there. What I'm saying is all from Bob. There is literally a documentary about this. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix, you may have seen it. Yeah. Let me know what you think, because this is crazy. The series is about to get a whole lot crazier, so make sure you hit that follow button. I'll see you in the next one.
Do you know that your favorite celebrity probably sacrificed a loved one for fame and fortune?
Y'all, I've been holding this in for a very long time. And before I start, I want to say I do like Ice Spice. I like her music. I even have her as my profile pic. But this right here is way too weird not to address. So let me just start. So if you're a hip-hop head, you might remember that earlier this year we unfortunately lost Gangsta Boo. This was a big loss in the community because she was a Memphis legend and she really solidified female rap in that era. And unless you've been living under a rock, you've been seeing the ridiculous rise of Ice Spice on TikTok. Specifically in the last 2 months since this year started. So just in case you didn't know, Gangsta Boo died on January 1st, 2023. Pay attention. Now coincidentally, that was Ice Spice's birthday, where she turned 23 years old in 2023. Pay attention to this age. And in the past month, the whole world has been singing her latest song with Pink Panthers, Boys a Liar Part 2. But look at when this song was released. February 3rd, 2023, 2323. Now all of this would probably mean nothing if Ice Spice's latest EP didn't have a song called Gangsta Boo as track 3. Now you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with the number 23? Well, pay attention to track 2. Now, track 2 is a song called Princess Diana, which is something a lot of people on TikTok have been calling. What does Princess Diana have to do with this? We'll take a look at this. Princess Diana tragically died at the age of 36. Pay attention to that number. Many of us know Gangsta Boo to be part of the legendary rap group 3-6 Mafia. 36. Now, if you're not convinced at this point, what I'm about to show you is fucking disturbing. Gangsta Boo, one of her dangerous. Now, in that video, you just saw Ice Spice accepting her change. Coincidentally, with the song Gangsta Boo playing in the background. I don't know about you, but in my eyes, this seems like a rewarding ritual for her sacrifice. And it doesn't help that this video was posted on January 23rd, 23 days after she turned 20, and 23 days after Gangsta Boo tragically passed away. And another key factor about this song that I forgot to mention was that it was released on the 34th day of the year. What's 34 backwards? 43, the age Gangsta Boo was. And I have way more evidence supporting this theory, but this video is way too long at this point, so comment if you want a part 2.
They even got everyone's favorite, Ice Spice.
Watch how something leaves Keanu's body. Notice his face expression. I'm joking about the Illuminati. It is strange, especially look on his face, bro.
Proof they control Brick.
Don't just stand there. Let's get to it. Strike a pose. There's nothing to it. Break a pose. There's nothing to it. Break.
Jimmy Butler is Michael Jordan's illegitimate son, and this is why. This rumor stems from the fact that in 1988, Michael Jordan would not claim an unwanted child in fear of destroying his marriage. The child...
Bro, he looked too much like him, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That conspiracy might be real. I ain't gonna count, because he looked
took on the mother's name of Butler, and it was reported that Michael Jordan paid the mother off so he would not tarnish his public image and legacy, and this is around the time that Jimmy Butler was born, correct? Here's why this rumor is ridiculous. Jimmy Butler was born in 1989, and Michael Jordan didn't marry his first wife until November of 1989. There's no reason for him being worried about ruining his marriage that didn't even exist then. The biggest piece of evidence for this rumor is that Michael Jordan was in Houston 7 months before Jimmy Butler was born, because the Chicago Bulls played the Houston Rockets on February 3rd, 1989, and Michael Jordan was with the team. But it's still something people speculate about because Jimmy Butler is playing out of his mind, which is making people think that...
Why would Kanye West say that Michelle Jordan sacrificed his own father for fame and success? Listen to what he says in this video.
Mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right?
Now, I don't know about all that, but this is what I do know. What I do know is this guy had a really bad gambling problem. We're talking hundreds of thousands on one hole of golf, $100,000 on rock, paper, scissors, gambling for 36 hours straight on craps, losing $5 million, and really heavy into sports betting. But back in the day, you had to bet through the mafia. So listen to what Michael Franzese said, one of the biggest mafia bosses at the time.
I was told two things. One, that he was told to leave the NBA around the time that his father got murdered because stories were about to come out, and there was a lot of heat on the fact that because of Michael's gambling habit, his father paid the price. And the NBA didn't want the press, so they asked him to leave for a while. That's when he went to play baseball. And then when things settled down, he came back. The plan was always, from what I was told, for him to come back.
So Michael Jordan didn't leave basketball to go play baseball. He left because they were going to expose the real reason why his father was murdered. And it does make sense. I mean, who retires after 3 straight championships? But Kanye West said that he sacrificed his dad, and this doesn't really have anything to do with it, but I found something kind of weird. So the year he came back from baseball and his father's death, he won his 4th straight NBA championship on Father's Day on June 16th, 1996.
It's us being together. You know, you hear Golden State always use the phrase strength in numbers. And that's exactly what it was while we were here as the NBA, as the NBPA, all our players, everybody had a voice on what's going on in America. So we know we all want to see better days. And when we leave here, we got to continue to push that. Continue to push social injustice, continue to push for voter suppression, continue to push for police brutality, continue to push for everything that's the opposite of love. And I think if we can continue to do that, all of us, America will be a much better place, which we all love this country.
Have you ever heard the Michael Jordan conspiracy? No, I haven't heard it. After the Bulls won their 3rd championship, the NBA launched an investigation into Michael Jordan's gambling problems. They were like checking whether he had violated any league rules. 4 months later, Jordan stunned the whole entire world and said, you know what? I'm retiring. And people think that he might have done it because of the allegations of the gambling stuff. So they almost like punished him and said, hey, you either force into retirement or you're going to get in trouble for this. I've heard this and I honestly believe that.
Sadly, in 2023, this is the influence that we have for the females of our generation. You guys haven't heard Nicki Minaj's new song with Ice Spice? Don't even waste your time. In their new song Barbie World, all these girls did was brag and boast and talk about sexually explicit things. It doesn't take a conspiracy theorist to point out the color of the floors. It doesn't take a conspiracy theorist to talk about the hand symbols they threw up and all this nonsense. All you have to do is listen to the words that they say and look at how they're presenting themselves. Anyone with half a brain could watch 10 seconds of this music video and notice right away that it's of the devil. God loves humility. God loves when you fear him. That's something that a lot of people say they have. A lot of people say they fear God. But do you even know what the fear of the Lord is? The Bible says in the book of Proverbs, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. These women, just like the rest of the rap industry and hip-hop culture, promote arrogancy to the uttermost. There's no faster way to fall than to lift yourself up. Like the Bible said, God hates arrogancy. If you're a female, watch who you let influence you. And if you're a man, these are not the kind of women you want to be going after. Don't ruin your life.
You know how we're getting that Apple headset?
Yeah.
I have a theory that is going to be able to read us on our interests just like how TikTok does. So you know how on TikTok, when you swipe and then like things, it picks up on an algorithm on things that you like, right? Remember those videos that people used to do on YouTube and it tracks your eye where you're watching things?
They still do that.
Yeah, they still do it. Imagine millions of people wearing the Apple headset. They're going to be able to track exactly where our eyes land on the video. What what if AI can predict content and pretty much make you the perfect movie or perfect piece of content live, real time?
By just figuring out like patterns?
Yeah, figuring out patterns on where your attention is. All you really need is attention to keep your attention. What if that is dead ass the doom of all of our attention spans? Like, it will actually kill our attention spans and we'll be so brainwashed we can't even take it off.
Have you ever had those ones when you're like, you know you have to go to sleep, but it's like one more video.
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna
I have those all the time.
It's gonna be even worse if it's able.
People can actually watch this footage and believe it's real.
So fake.
Roger, main be undervolt.
Come on.
Stand by 13, we're looking at it.
So tell me, everybody, why haven't we been back?
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Now, I want you to think about the absolute crazy amount of progression there has been in the last 50 years with technology. It's a painful process to build this again. Is that foil? Let's not forget the phone call transmitted from the moon to the president.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And there's certainly...
That's the most telling part to me, because you can't even put film through certain scanners at the airport without destroying it, but you can transmit all the way from the moon to the Earth through the Van Allen radiation belt. But I know people actually believe we didn't go to the moon.
For some reason, I keep thinking about Atlantis. Don't watch this video if you're not open-minded. A lot of people are saying we are in Atlantis, and this is the old world.
The civilization of Atlantis existed for thousands of years, and it was the entire world. It was not just an island out there.
Which makes sense because there are pyramids that are all over the world that align with the same star system. Giza, Mexico, China. I'm a strong believer that there are portals around this planet, and they knew how to use them to build these pyramids. That's why so many around the world. I'm pretty sure y'all saw this video.
Let nobody go through it. Did you know that you can walk through the Grand Canyon, and if you keep walking through the Grand Canyon, your ass will end up in Africa, nigga?
There are Egyptian relics, hieroglyphics, artifacts, mummies in America because they were here. You ever wonder why it was so important for them to suppress this information for a century? Pyramids in Antarctica, Illinois. There are places in America that is restricted. The Hoover Dam. And we know the Grand Canyon and plenty of more spaces. The largest pyramid to ever be built is in America. The Atlanteans understood the energy of this planet and they knew how to manipulate it. Notice that there are weird levels of energy, like the Bermuda Triangle that makes things disappear. I told you they restrict off these high-level energetic places. I find it funny that one of the Egyptian gods has the head of an animal that's native to America. The Ibis. Rashad Jamal also goes to say that the 33rd parallel was the capital of Atlantis, which is in Atlanta, Georgia.
It's called Atlanta. And it's on the 33rd parallel, which is one of the most powerful veins on the planet, because this was the capital of our realm, Atlantis. Our capital stretched, nigga. It was all of Georgia, all of Florida.
Can't stretch this enough, do your own research. I feel, though, that America is the old world. Now watch this. It is said that Atlantis went down in a flood. In America, it shows water erosion in the Grand Canyon.
We're underneath the water. That means that this place was underneath water. The Great Flood. The rocks are red. When the water oxygenates the sediments, they turn red.
Now I need you to watch this.
Whenever Atlantis went down, a lot of them, some of them went to Egypt, the one survivors, and some of them went to Egypt.
I'm sorry, I just need to hear it one more time.
Some of them went to Egypt, the one survivors, and to other places.
Y'all do what y'all want. I'm just connecting my thoughts. Notice how she says they went to Egypt and they had powers to build such monuments.
Stone. This is where the pyramids and everything were developed later, were by the survivors of Atlantis who still carried the knowledge of how this was done.
Put two and two together yourself and y'all have a good day. Just so you know, these blinds been closed. Stay dangerous, y'all. Now that you over here on YouTube, I find it very funny that there are people that are claiming they're the descendants of ancient Egyptians.
This is what the ancient Egyptians would actually look like. Dark-skinned, olive-toned, like myself.
So, if the Atlanteans was the descendants of the pyramid builders, y'all stay dangerous.
Get a book, man. Reading is fundamental. Fundamental. It ain't illegal yet. But they work
us in here tonight, no matter what your nationality is, turn the motherfucking TV off for 1 week.
Bro, I remember I used to watch TV all the time. Not no more. Not no more. We got YouTube. We don't need TV. I ain't gonna lie, bro. TV been played out. I've been done for it. I'm not gonna lie, if you still watch TV, then I don't know, bro. You just a bot. No offense, but dang, you really a bot. Cause you can literally just watch YouTube. Put in the comments, y'all watch YouTube? I mean, not YouTube, TV. Y'all watch TV still? Put in the comments.
See if you can survive. Motherfuckers are going to a television junkie motherfucking mode. Ain't no TV. I need my remote, nigga. I'm Jones. It's called television program. They telling you visually the program. You being programmed. You watching on the news. It was on CNN. It's true. I seen it on.
Did Atlantis actually exist? The legend of Atlantis has been known all over the world, and while many people treat it as just a legend, there may be actual evidence that it exists. Well, you see, the Greek philosopher Plato described Atlantis in great detail as a powerful and technologically advanced kingdom that existed in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, that due to natural disasters and catastrophes that were similar to the Noah's Ark flood, it was lost. Furthermore, numerous archaeologist discoveries in ancient texts have pointed at this same existence of Atlantis. Even though Plato's description matches the Rishon structure, many people still ask the question.
So come on then, Mick. How on earth do you grow human meat?
I want to introduce you to our nutrient vat.
Hello, nutrient vat. Greg Wallace, telepresenter, and your job is?
Well, what its job is, it processes thin slices of tissue in a nutrient-rich mix, which you see here, and then cells start to grow. So over a 24-hour period, these will slowly fuse together into one great big, what we call a cake.
So you're telling me that that is human flesh?
Exactly.
But why human meat? Why not animal meat?
That's a very good question. We've got centuries of knowledge of human medicine at our side. We know more about humans than we do about animals. So we've mastered engineering human cells to make these structured flavours and sinews that we expect from the flavours of steaks we eat.
Good Harvest encourages people who need the income to sign up, select their own extraction site, and get paid within the week. You expect to be feeding the nation with this. You're going to need a lot of donors.
Well, it's well in demand, and we've got a lot of people coming forwards, because the other great thing about it is it's an opportunity to be paid.
Would you ever consider donating yourself?
Yeah, maybe I would. I mean, I may have to. My bills are as high as anybody else's. You know, I've got a young family, I've got a daughter to feed, so...
And would you feed your family human steaks?
Oh, yes, most definitely. Already have.
After the donor's tissue samples are placed in the nutrient vat...
Alright, so check this.
So now they're trying to normalize us eating humans. That's basically what they're doing. Yo, please stop eating meat, man. Please stop eating that stuff, man. I know it's hard to put the good season on it and be hidden, bro. Stop. Look what they doing, man. Because this is, oh my God, that is so sick. And they just laughing like it's just normal. That's not normal. That is not okay, man.
So they put all of the hidden information in these kids' movies. They're telling us, you guys just have to look. So we all know the rat story in the Ice Age movies. He's always going for the nuts, right? He finds Scat Atlantis or Rat Atlantis or something like that, right?
The greed of an outsider leads to destruction of Atlantis. Look at the acorns as if it were ancient forbidden knowledge.
They put the truth is always in the details, hidden within.
Acorn here could be forbidden ancient knowledge.
Be more than a rodent, you know. Be more than a human, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
He looks anyway and sees the truth.
grieving power.
This acorn is floating over the waters, above the waters, and guess where it fell to?
Money hungry, lust for power. Keep watching.
The waters fell to earth, losing their heavenly connections from the heavens. What if Atlantis was a place located in the waters above the firmament?
You know, some people call me crazy for my conspiracy videos, but sometimes the proof is right in your face. Let's Google patent 6506148B2, aka Project Mind Control. It's a patent by our government proving frequency manipulation can be used to affect our central nervous system by using TV, phone, and computer screens. And yes, this is very real. It notes that computer monitors and TV monitors can be used to emit weak, low-frequency electromagnetic fields merely by posting the intensity of displayed images. That includes video streaming, video games, TV broadcasts, and music. They basically can control your mind through all forms of media. It has been found that indeed physiological effects can be induced in a manner by very weak electrical fields if they are pulsed with a frequency of near 1/2 hertz. The observed effect include ptosis of the eyelids, relaxation or drowsiness, feeling of pressure at the center spot of the lower edge of the eyebrow, and sexual excitement. So they manipulate you through excitement, which is why they have to go through forms of entertainment. Certain monitors can be electromagnetic field pulse that excites a sensory resonance in a nearby subject through image pulses that are so weak as to be subliminal. Such applications could be unethical, of course. And here it says it's only mentioned here in order to alert the public of the possibility of a cover abuse that may occur with being online watching TV, video, or DVD. Now, with all the phones we have, all the 5G towers they put up everywhere, streaming services we watch, commercials we see telling us to buy, and music we listen to, do you think this technology isn't applied to that?
The medical marijuana, brother, today is far from this natural weed that we knew in the 90s and the 80s and all the way before. No. What they got today is spliced with so many chemicals, spiked with so many chemicals, that many of those chemicals in this medical marijuana are causing the psychotic breaks. A lot of these brothers are going crazy just off of that. And they're like, well, no, he didn't have nothing else. He wasn't on nothing.
THC too high. The
THC is extremely high.
What's it called? Psychosis or something?
Absolutely, yeah. It's causing mental psychosis, straight mental breaks. These brothers they're off. Again, I'm specifying the medical marijuana. If your enemy approves something, you should not partake in it. Don't touch it.
What black kids have been told for too long, the only way to get wealthy is through college. The top 1% richest people in this country and in this world never went to college. We have to stop lying. You don't need to waste 6 years of your life before you get started on your economic destiny. Start right after high school. So the focus of the school will be self-reliance and independence. You don't need college and you don't need a handout. You need to develop your mind.
That sugar is more addictive than cocaine and all the illicit drugs.
Wow.
And the other unfortunate thing is that sugar feeds cancer. And we know this because when somebody gets cancer, one of the primary things we do when you come in, we'll do a PET scan. And a PET scan is like taking a cube of sugar and putting radiation dye on it. And when they inject that into the body and it goes out into the blood and goes all over the body, the tissue that is highlighted, that is eating the most sugar, is the cancerous tissue. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why we do a PET scan. Because cancerous cells or tumors, they love sugar even more than our own body. And so it tells you what sugar is doing to us. So that's one of the primary ways, unfortunately, you know, you can help yourself get away from cancer. But the unfortunate thing is, you know, sugar is ultimately in everything.
Pete Davidson and I will be hosting the season premiere of SNL with Ice Spice.
Woo, look at us, 3 Gen Z icons.
Aren't you like 40?
No. Long time ago, I met this guy and made a deal where I get to stay 25 years old for forever.
What guy?
Tall fella, horns, red fur, I don't know, little hooves.
Keen, that's the devil, dude.
What? I thought it was like a Times Square Elmo or something.
Hi, I'm Pete.
We were not made to eat cheese. Cheese is a byproduct of milk.
Passes.
Video could save your life. If you ever fall into frozen water, here is how to escape.
Okay, so this is the cold shock response, which really can be mitigated if you just relax. And realize that it's going to pass. It's Then after it passes, you'll be able to do the second part of your self-rescue. So I spread my arms.
Yo, who know how to swim? Cause I don't. I do need to learn how to swim though. If I'm in this situation, bro, dang, bro, that's tough. I gotta get over that to that snow though. That's all I know. Dang.
Arms out so that I didn't get fully immersed in that gasp response. Didn't make me inhale water. So I've survived my cold shock response. Now to get out, instead of trying to pull myself straight up, I'm gonna start to kick my feet and raise them up behind me. And then kick. Until I'm on flat ice. Now I don't want to stand up now. Gonna ease myself forward. Until I feel like I'm on stronger ice. Test it. Start to move towards shore.
This video is only hundreds of years old. We were so more advanced than what we think. History is a complete lie. They are covering up.
How did we go from that to driving cars? Like what? Like how? That don't even make sense. Please make that make sense. Like how you go from flying in the sky with that to driving a car? We downgrade.
Something. This is definitely some sort of anti-gravity technology used by the ancient Tartarians. History is his story. These videos are not just it. There are pictures of the ancients using advanced technology that we do not even use to this day. Why are we not told about this? And why is this not in our history books? This looks like some sort of spirit technology to see the other side, or some sort of hologram technology. What do you think? The soul is just an observer, symbolized as a single eye. The soul is the formless entity which inhabits different bodies to perceive different realities. When you dream, you are seeing into that other reality. The brain is an electrical computer which decodes the light waves given to it by the soul. This is why everything in the body leads back to one singular point which is controlling the whole of the body. This is why I say your head is heaven, your heel is hell, because consciousness is God and it's in the center of the brain. The all-seeing eye is you. You are the observer seeing into this reality. This is the Egyptian art. This is the spine, the two hemispheres and the sun. The sun is your soul because it's its own life force, its own source of energy. This is why the sun is your soul, the moon is your mind, the earth is your body. The temple of Solomon is you, the temple of the Solomon, the soul of the mind. You call someone a lunatic because moon is mind. And in your mind you have a specific mood, which is the moon. The whole point of being is turning matter back into light, turning back to your spirit self. They want you stuck within the 3D construct of the 3D world, which is why you see so much Saturn 666 symbolism. Because this represents the 3D crystallized physical matter world.
The governments do not control this planet. A bunch of aliens control everything we do. The people that write these TV shows, they don't plan nothing and they don't predict nothing. They just know that time do not exist. I know we in a generation where no one takes anything serious no more. But when you see this, How to Cook Humans, they are trying to tell you something. Time do not exist, but we have certain cycles. And I believe the cycles of the 1980s and the 1990s was the last cycle of real humans. Now everyone is GMO. Have you noticed that technology is evolving into something great, but the human population is not evolving? We are staying the same. How is technology evolving, but we are staying the same? Let me be clear and explain to you why this cartoon are showing these aliens and these fake presidents. We were conditioned to believe heaven was real and hell was real, but they never told us that these aliens actually control everything we do. They control the school system. They control our religion. They control every belief that we think is real. They even told us that we was the only intelligent creatures in the universe, and we believed it. So once we believed that we was the smartest people in the universe, or we was the only ones in the universe, these aliens can control everything behind the scenes. We are being controlled. It's going to be kind of hard to believe this because we live in a generation where people are no longer people. They can't take nothing serious because their eyes open. They can't expand their consciousness. But we have certain aliens that want to help us, and the other ones made us prisoners. People are now speaking about World 3 is taking place, but overstaying this on a deeper level because every war that takes place on this planet is taking place out there in the universe. We are in a cosmic war or a star war. Once you open your third eye, you will realize that the entertainment business is not really about entertainment. It's kind of telling you the truth, but at the same time, it don't want to tell you the truth. That's why you got to open your third eye so you can understand it for yourself. We are really in a war against different aliens from different star systems, but we are so busy fighting ourselves, we don't know who the real enemy is no more. We just had the solar eclipse in Libra, and this is a deeper message because solar eclipse actually opened up portals, but since it's in Libra, it's letting everyone know the world is about to get judged. Everything and everyone on this planet is about to be judged. The governments, the aliens, everything. So if you don't have yourself together, I think you need to get it together. We are going into the year of judgment. If you want to know more about this, you can get the ebook. My link is in the bio, Shadows of the Matrix.
This here, Hollywood Records contract, and I'm signing it because I'm going to have my first record ever and selling my soul to Hollywood Records. I'm so excited! Look at me new little sign here tabs. Sign here, sign here, sign here.
And we have made it to the end, people, man. Hope you guys enjoyed that video right there. You already know we're gonna keep these videos coming. Sending peace, abundance your way. I hope you have a good rest of your day today. I'm gonna leave on that note, man, with that. Peace out. See you guys in the next one.
What? Bitch, I'm a god, cause nigga, I'm back. Fuck the Matrix, this shit is trash.